Hey, it's Ice Age TV Day, internal combustion engine age, and wow, you know, as you progress in life, you come to understand that maybe you're not as smart as you think you are. You know, my running joke in life is, and this is actually a conversation about my Ford Ranger and the unleashed power I never knew it had. So we'll get that to in a second, but you know, I tell people all the time, so when you're growing up, and you had parents, and I hopefully, everybody watching me had, you know, a mom and dad, and I know some didn't have mom and dads together, and I understand that, but the message here is that when you're younger, you know, your preteen years, you look at your parents in awe and think, wow, they're just so smart, and they help me out, and they're so great, and then you kind of get in your teenage years, and you kind of look at them, and it's that puberty stage, you know, you're kind of developing your own individual personality, and you kind of look at your parents every now and then like, wow, you know, Dad, I just don't know, I mean, that's kind of stupid, and, you know, and then as kind of time progresses, you get a little older, you know, you're 17, 18, going into your early 20s, you start looking at your mom and dad and think, wow, man, they are just stupid, you know, they just do stupid things, I just can't believe it. And so, and don't get me wrong, this isn't, you know, dishonoring your parents, but, you know, as, you know, teenagers and young adults, we seem to think we kind of know more than the other person does. So, you know, you kind of hit your mid-20s, and, you know, and you're still kind of thinking, you know, mom and dad, they're kind of goofy, and they just, you know, they're just stupid sometimes. So then you kind of hit your 30s, kind of getting your life going there, and, you know, you kind of a little bit more mature, and you kind of understand your parents are just, you know, trying to do the best they can, and you kind of get that. And so then you kind of get into your 40s, and you kind of start going through life's experiences, and then you're starting to hit, you know, your 50s, and by the time you kind of start to hit your 50s and you've gone through all the hard knocks of life, you start to kind of look at yourself, and you start to think to yourself, wow, you know, mom and dad, they actually weren't that stupid. Or wait a second, yeah, they are pretty stupid. Because by the time you hit your 50s, you kind of start to look at yourself and think, geez, that was stupid. So, you know, the message there is you're not as smart as you think you are, but hey, maybe you are, but I'll take it that I make stupid mistakes. All right, so let me kind of flip the phone around here to see what we're talking about. So here I just recently, about a week ago or so, I actually let my friend drive my truck because I sold my Ram 1500 truck, and he met up with me at the dealership, and then I drove the truck back home, and he's like, you should have it in sport mode. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. So unbeknownst to me all these years I've owned these Fords, I think Ford has a hidden secret that most people don't know about their vehicle. And that secret is, until you put your vehicle in the sport mode, it doesn't open up the actual power to the vehicle. Meaning in the regular drive mode, you're not getting all that power out of the vehicle. So in this Ford Ranger, where I actually put a Ford Performance tuner kit on it, and I put a Ford Performance exhaust kit on it, and I put a Roush, whatever the hell you say, air intake on it, even though some people out there are like, man, you shouldn't have done that. But, oh my gosh, this truck in the sport mode, it hauls tail. This thing flies. I mean, it is night and day. A little better detail. This is drive mode. You see there, it's in drive. And on the screen here, it's in drive, okay? So in drive mode, this thing really is just, you know, lackadaisical. You know, to me, there's just not a lot of oomph to this vehicle. So you just pull back on the shifter here, and the vehicle, I mean, truly just opens up. I mean, this thing just, I mean, until you drive this vehicle and you actually go from drive and go to sport, you know, if you live in these vehicles like I do, it's a huge, I mean, it's a huge power pole. I mean, this is a freaking truck, 4-cylinder. I mean, So, I'm sure you kind of hear the motor and all. I mean, I'm not even getting into it all the way, but I mean, oh my gosh, this truck just takes off. Now, if you ask me, I don't have a lot of confidence in the brakes. I really think the brakes, are not great. I really wish the brakes were better in this vehicle. To me, I really should look into getting a better brake package, because this thing will just coast down the road like nothing. I mean, I am not pushing this vehicle, and that speedometer is not accurate because I have bigger tires in this vehicle. So can you cruise easy 70, 80 mile an hour highway speeds? Yep. Can you even do more? Yep. I'm not gonna incriminate myself here, but I'm just telling you, this truck just rocks. Now, I can't speak for the non-tuned ones, but I can pretty much assure you that, the regular ones, just going from drive to sport, is going to be a big thing. Bremer video, F-150 video. I mean, I'm sure if you all watched that video, I mean, oh my gosh, I never realized that there was the sport mode capability, and when I put that in the sport mode, the vehicle was a huge difference in power. And so same thing as Ford Ranger. It's like, oh my gosh, not only have I put added horsepower to the truck from the performance tuner, but just going to the sport mode, this truck is a blast. This little truck hauls tail. I mean, it's so fun. So my good friend Joe, who you seen him a few of my videos lately, thanks to Joe, and it is true with Joe, he rides around with me on different vehicles, and he'll literally find something that I don't even realize I have in that vehicle. And Joe would be like, hey, you look at this. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I never even knew that. So, the message here today is I haven't done a lot of reviews on this Ford Ranger truck, the 2019, and it's the Lariat package. Oh boy, I'm in the Friday afternoon Baltimore Beltway traffic. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, the worst day of the week you can drive besides the weekends.